Hello YouTube. I'm going to go over the rain gutter growth system today. I've been holding my wife off from picking everything for about 2 days, trying to get out here and get it videotaped. So we can show you this year's system is a lot better than last year's system. We got tomatoes growing crazy and peppers growing crazy, and I should have came out here about 2 weeks ago and trimmed some stuff up. You'll be able to see that here in just a second. So let's get in there and see what we got going on. I'm going to start on the pepper row. Basically the way it's split up, let me back up just a second. Basically the way we got this thing split up, this first row out here is peppers. Peppers are starting to get a little bit tall for the supports I have in there, with just a piece of rebar. Then we have 2 rows of tomatoes, and there's a cucumber hiding in there on that last row, which we'll get to in just a second. You should be able to, might be able to see it from camera view. Fix have a problem because the tomatoes and cucumbers fixing to grow taller than my dadgum trellis is. But anyways, let's take a look at these peppers. These are going to be the hot kind. I can tell because of the dark color of the pepper here. It just hadn't got its heat streaks in it, as I call them. Moving right next to it, these are going to be the not quite so hot, but they're going to be another form of that A&M jalapeno pepper we found this year. If my markings are right, that's a red Marconi pepper plant. Of course, you can't have peppers unless you have Hungarian wax peppers. These have grown very well for us the last couple of years, even in the gutter system, regular garden. Next to the Hungarian peppers, we got cayenne peppers, not turned red yet, but they're coming along quite nicely. Next to that, we finally got some bell peppers. The ones in the garden have not produced any bell peppers yet, so we're happy to see these. And last but not least, got another jalapeno pepper down here that does have a bunch of jalapenos on it that do have the heat streaks in it. Let's see if we can get up close on that. Actually, well, it's not going to come off yet. But hopefully you can see where it's got, where the skin is splitting. That pepper is just about ready to pick. We should be out here. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and pick it this morning and give the plant a break, because you can tell that plant's maybe a foot tall and it's got 6 fully developed peppers on it already. We're going to probably pick that this morning and give it a little break. Next row we have is tomatoes. Got some pretty good sized tomatoes on here. Also got some pretty good sized falling off the tomato plant. I need to string back up, get out of the way. But we're not complaining. Most definitely not complaining on that one. I believe that's a Cherokee purple tomato plant. Got lots of the blooms up at the top, so we have high hopes for that one. Then we come in here and get to the Roman tomatoes. And these are the reasons I've been holding her off, because I wanted to get a picture of all the tomatoes. We're going to have to figure out a better way to do this next year. The tomato plants are going crazy on each other, getting a little crowded up in here. We got the Roman tomatoes. They're producing quite nicely. Got blooms everywhere. Got clusters everywhere. And another Roman tomato plant. Got clusters. We're happy that everything is starting to finally turn. We're beginning to wonder if it's ever going to turn from green to red. Last tomato plant on this row is a Pickrite. It's an East Texas variety. It does pretty good in the heat. I'll probably start cutting all these suckers out. You can tell there's main branch, elbow, sucker. Probably start cutting those out sometime this weekend. Kind of like to get out here and do it in the cool where it doesn't stress the plant so much, and maybe we won't lose as many blooms that way. Okay. For this third row, we're going to do a little swapping around, because I don't think I can fit down in there, and I don't want to break all those blooms off. So we did learn one lesson this year. We need to get a little bit further apart on the rows for the gutter system. And we need to get more rows for the gutter system. The peppers are not too bad. it looks like they could get bad. I've got 2 of them there that's getting kind of bushy, but it's just now getting hot. So, and the tomatoes wouldn't be too bad if you'd stay out here and maintain them, which I did not do. On the 3rd row, I believe that first tomato is going to be a sweet olive. It's got blooms all up at the top, but we're at the very top of the trellis, so not real sure what we're going to do there. I haven't had that problem yet, so we'll figure something out. For those of y'all that do have a trellis system and are looking at something like this, your tomatoes are all blooming at the top and still growing, please leave a comment. How did y'all fix it? What did you do? Did you just keep it running across the top? I actually thought about possibly running it to the next trellis over there to it. Those tomatoes aren't near as tall, but you might run into another problem when they do get that tall. So not sure what we're going to do yet. The second tomato plant here is the one I've showed you in the back porch garden. That's the world's smallest tomato, and those are getting picked today. I've held off on them and held off on them, and they're getting picked today. Get on out of there, bug. Get off my tomatoes. Next to that, we have the cucumber, the one and only cucumber that we've got back on the gutter system. And as you can see, they will grow up a trellis. They hang on to their fruit. That one's just a tad over too big of what Wife's been wanting this year, but it's still within reason, most definitely. Next, I believe is another Cherokee purple tomato plant, doing real well. What we do to keep these growing up the trellis, I don't know if I can do this in one hand with this camera. And the main thing is you have to do this without breaking the plant, or breaking the top out. Once the stem gets broke, that's it. Okay, there you go. What we'll do now is we'll give it till it gets about, oh, I don't know, about right up here, about 6 inches. And we'll put it on the other side of it, let it climb on up. Another Roma tomato. Not real sure what kind of tomato, but apparently something's liking it. I came out last night, and that much was not eat off of it. It was just a little old, one little section about the size of a quarter, but apparently something's having a good old munching time. So. And that one's probably fixing to come out. It's had one tomato, not showing much growth on it, not sure what's going on there. That's going to be one of the better boy varieties of tomatoes. But right next to it is a better boy also. It's just taking a little bit, I guess. It wanted to get established. It does have tomatoes and blooms on it. They're still growing along. And again, with the suckers, we're going to have to start taking some of the suckers out. It's getting a little bit bushy to be this close. So there you go. There's the rain gutter grow system. All 3 rows of it. Now we'll get out here and pick all the tomatoes off of it and peppers and take them inside and make the wife ever so happy. A friend of mine once said, if you really want to make your wife like you, take all your projects inside. Well, all these fruits of the garden projects fixing to go inside. And we'll see what kind of response we get. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments about the gutter system, what we're doing, how we're doing it, what we're feeding the plants, when I feed the plants, we did put fertilizer into the tomatoes. Just like Mr. Hall said. We couldn't come up with whatever he was putting in his. I think it was 1010. Went with 888, just put a little bit more in it. But what we've been putting in the gutters, if any of y'all have ever heard of MHP Gardner that does the hydroponics, that's what we've been feeding them. About every 3 days or so. Now up till this week, it hadn't been that bad. As far as temperature wise and heat index, we have been getting some rain on a pretty consistent basis. But whenever the gutters would go dry, I'd give it about a day, and I'd come out and fill them back up with that MHP Gardner super juice, as I call it. And they would drink all that down, and then we'd put the water back to it. So about twice a week, these have been getting fed with the MHP Gardener recipe. This week it's been extremely hot. The heat index has been getting up above 100. There's no rain in the forecast, I believe, for about 7 days. So I guess we finally hit the summer. We'll hook up the rain barrel system there and let it start watering. And it's been my experience that when it gets hot like that and your plants are this big, we'll go through probably, each gutter will go through a little bit over 5 gallons a day. The gutters hold 5 gallons of water. If you just fill it from bone dry to nothing, it's right at 5 gallons. They're fixing to start taking the water in, especially because they've got blooms on them, they've got fruit. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, place them in the box below. As always, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Until next time.